6 hours. Frog, I have to wake up in... I have to wake up in less than 6 hours, so, I mean, you're asking for a lot there. What is that hitbox? What are these hitboxes? Okay. Fair enough. I don't know why I moved closer after getting hit by the first one. I was so confused. Interesting. I think part of the reason the hitboxes are bad isn't always because the hitboxes themselves are bad. I think sometimes it just doesn't render where rossinal is properly, but I don't know. Professionals at work. I do about 5,000 damage with unconscious on him. And... oh, unconscious works. Nice. So this decreases his defense by 10%. So 4,000 damage goes to... just kidding, it doesn't work. This game doesn't work. I don't understand. It wasn't the, I think the reason I was doing more damage, I probably had the mage buff. So unconscious doesn't work on bosses, I think. Or maybe it just doesn't work, period. I don't know. What do I know? Oh, that's the pull. I feel like he has two different animations. Yeah, he has. I feel like the animation for that tornado attack is the same as the one for the pull, or maybe I just haven't seen it enough. I've only done this like one time, so I'm not too familiar with what they changed yet. So, time to AFK to It's to get my blue stuff back because, you know, that's the biggest problem with this game right now for anyone asking if it's worth it in early access. It's tough to tell until they fix this issue where you just can't get mana back in extended fights like this. It's really bad. Oh, that he pulls after he does the stomping. I got it. Okay. When he stomps in a direction, he follows it up with the pull. Makes sense. Oh, I hate that. My coffin will go off sometimes on like the same frame he hits me, and it'll knock me out of the coffin and it'll go on cooldown. Uh, in past versions, it was everyone just did bleed, and I think mage had burn. I think the Blood Knight has something else. The Blood Knight gets like a blue icon above the enemies. I don't know if that's a type of bleed. I don't know if it's unique. I don't know if it works side by side with the assassin bleed, because before, like I said, if I bleed an enemy and a Blood Knight bleeds it, it's just whoever applied the bleed last is the one who has the damage for the bleed being calculated. So it'd be bad before for like, what is that hitbox? I was in one circle and I got hit by like all three or something. Come on. I think they nerfed my bleed too. I'm not really sure. It's yeah, they did. It does 15% damage stacking 5 times, so it gets to 75. It used to stack up to like 90% or something. What do you mean it's not the correct token? Come on. Where's my skull? Come on. I can't. Why can't? Come on. Important things, guys. Oh my god, why does that do 7,600 damage? That's 80% of my health. Leave me alone. Is this good enough for you, Frog? And I have an ability that makes me, gives 100% evasion for 10 seconds. This one over here, camouflage. I need to put skill points into it, but that's why I just face tank him for a while. It's because I can. Because why not? I did not have a skill that did that before. I used to only get 50% evasion at most in the previous versions. And back to AFK, because I don't have enough. I actually have 20 of them, I just haven't used any yet. Oh, I should pay attention. The turrets keep putting me in combat. I'm getting hit. So why did it do 6,000 damage that time? It did 7,600 last time it hit me. That time it did 5,900. That's a huge damage ratio. Not ratio. I don't know how to say it. English is a difficult language. Oh, that's the pull, right? I did not. That's a new attack. He didn't used to do that in the old versions. I've just the mental reflex is not there yet. Honestly, after 6 hours of playing Mario Kart, I just don't have reflexes. Period. There's no brakes. There's no gas pedal. I don't know how this game works. I don't think bosses can't crit. Usually in most games, they'll stop bosses from critting because a lot of bosses in games will just straight up be unfair one-shotting you on a crit, so they just remove crits from bosses. I don't even know if any enemies crit in this game, to be honest. I don't pay enough attention to the numbers. Like, that hitbox is brutal right there. Like, just outside of it. I mean, I knew it was gonna hit me, because I understand that the hitboxes are bad, but that's just... ugh. I think part of hitboxes is MS maybe too. I don't know why I'm at 140 right now. I'm usually at 100. There it goes. It's back to 100. Yeah, this guy just has too much HP though. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to kill any boss. That's what when raids were out in the old versions, that's what it was for kill timers on bosses. The most raids would be 5 minutes on the harder difficulties. Some of the easier difficulties, they would give you more time, but I also have this skill. Weasel Blade gives me 100% damage reduction. It doesn't give me evasion though. In the old version it gave me evasion, but now I can be knocked down when I'm using it. So I just have a bad habit of not using it to evade things because I feel like everything's gonna knock me down. Because most bosses tend to just knock you down with their attacks. But like... oh god. I've also been switching up my skills a lot to try out new ones, so I'm just, like, I don't have mental memory for where I put each skill. In the old version, you just had 8 skills. You didn't get the change, and so I'm used to having certain ones in the same spots. And this is what I get for beating those boss right here. What? Perfect. Fantastic reward for that. Thank you, rossinal. Thank you. I think they removed the rare